Hey guys, hope you guys are doing okay tonight. So we're gonna get started. I just want to get everybody a couple minutes to get on. So tonight, someone had requested on the last one that we actually go over like how to use TradingView. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with TradingView.com, but this is your main platform to chart up. There's other websites, of course, but this is kind of just the most popular. Now, there are some brokers that you can actually connect to TradingView that it executes your trades on the actual chart here, right? I don't use any of those brokers that actually offer those services with TradingView, so I don't use it that way. However, you can use it that way. And there are several, basically, several versions or levels that you can pay for TradingView or whatever. So I'm actually going to load a new chart so you can see what it looks like without my settings on it. And we're gonna start from there. So when you get on TradingView and you like log in or you just go to the website, you can go to the website and use it without having an account. However, I would recommend just having an account so you can save all your chart markups. But this is what it looks like when you first log in or first get there. Okay, so the bullish candles are your green candles, bearish are your red candles. That's gonna be pretty standard for anything. You can change this. So I'm gonna show you guys my template in a little bit just because I prefer to have different colors. So we're gonna kind of start from, I guess, left to right. And if you guys have questions, just unmute yourself and ask me because I can't see the chat room. So I don't want to miss y'all questions or whatever. So upper right or upper left hand corner, this is going to be how you find your pair or whatever you're looking at the moment. So this is US 30. As you can see, they have stocks. Well, let me actually take this off. Oh, okay. So as you see, they have Bitcoin, USD. So they have stocks, futures, Forex, pairs, of course, CFDs, crypto, indices, as well as economy, which is going to be like your 10-year note and bond market, stuff like that. So I trade indices, US 30, Wall Street 30, Dow Jones 30, same thing, NASDAQ 100, S&P 500, some people call it SPX 500, just depends. But those are what your indices are and your index. An index is going to just be a general indicator of an economy's health. So you have US 30, which is the top publicly traded companies in the US. So that'll include like Walmart and Disney, Visa, stuff like that, like the major ones. And then you have S&P 500, which is the top 500, and so forth. And then you have like Spain has their own too. Let me see. Or is it ESP 35? Spain. Oh. Yeah, so I don't know if that's the one, but there's one for Spain too. But GER 30 is going to be a Germany 30. Same idea. Yeah, GER 30, Germany 30. But basically, you have like this is what you're going to pick what you're looking at. So today we can just look at let's say US 30. We'll just look at that. So on the right hand side you have your different data providers, so they're going to be the ones to give you the data that you need. It just varies. There's not really a huge difference most of the time. I just like to do Oanda for this. So now I have this on my chart. So if you look, so we went here and that's the symbol search. So what we're looking at the moment. Now you have your time frames. So this is a 3 minute. That means each candle represents 3 minutes of time, right? 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute. So the higher you're going on, the higher the time frame, the more data that's going to be shown to you in terms of like time, right? And then if you take this and you go to a lower time frame, then you're going to have more detail, right? But detail can become chaos if you're not really knowing what to look for. But that's kind of just a strategy thing. Some people never touch the lower time frame. Some people do. Most day traders or even swing traders that hold trades for, you know, a couple hours to a couple days, maybe even a week. They're going to be more so on your 4 hour, your daily, and your 1 hour too. Most of them will enter off the 1 hour, but they want to see their trade setups shown on the 4 hour and daily. Why? Just because it's more data being shown, so you can see the bigger picture easier. Like you might be able to see the trends. So this is obviously bullish, right? Starting to consolidate a little bit and range a little bit these past few weeks, but overall bullish. As you guys know, US 30 hit a new high, all-time high recently, and it broke that again. So it's just been creating new highs and stuff like that. So these are going to be your time frames, and you can change them and you can save them. I don't really mess with anything down here. As you see, these are kind of my favorites. I don't really go lower than 3 minutes. And so this is your line chart. So right here, this is your line chart. And basically, people use this to draw their support and resistance. So we can look at that in a little bit, but it becomes easier because you can see where everything kind of like, where the points are. So if I was to draw one, let's say right here, right? Like right here, let's say right here, just for sake, right? So we see that it came up here, hit it, dropped. It came up here. Okay, so it broke it, came back, it, you know, tested it again, dropped, came over here, whatever. Broke it, came down here, rejected, broke it again, came up here, rejected. So break and retest, it broke it again, came down, kind of a little rejection a little bit, and then same scenario. So it becomes a little easier for some people to draw their support and resistance lines using the line chart. And these other charts I do not use. So you have a bar chart, don't use that. Most people don't. Hollow candles, don't use that. All this, yeah, I don't use anything else. Most people don't use anything else. It's the main ones are going to be your candles and your line chart. So we're going to go back to candles. So here you have your indicators. So if you hear some people say that they use like EMAs or stochastic, this is your indicator, right? So it'll add it to your screen, and depending on which subscription you have, you can have a bunch, like I think like 8 or 9, I think even more than that. You can have a lot, right, at one time. But so it just depends what your subscription is, and this is the stochastic RSI. I don't use indicators, but if you do, that's there. And you can go to, you can exit out the indicator right here. Boom, it's gone. We're gonna pull it back up. You can edit your indicators. So if you have certain type of colorways that you like, you can also edit them. You can hide it right there. So if you see the eye, so your indicators are gonna be on the left side. So up here we have the volume indicator. I can hide it, I can reveal it, I can exit out of it, I can hit the settings, and I can change the colors. So now it's orange and stuff like that. So that just gives you a little bit more personalization. So if I change it to orange and I want to, every time I want to come back and it be orange, I just go save as default, right? And that just becomes my default. So you can save templates like that as well. And yeah, let me see. So we're going to exit out of these. But yeah, so that's right here. The FX is going to be indicators and strategies. Yeah, pretty much. I don't use any of this indicator templates. These are going to be where your templates are that we talked about. Alerts. So you can basically get an alert put on the screen. So we have an alert. Boom, alert just got hit. That can be sent to your email as well as a text message. So I don't know if you heard, but my phone just beeped in the background. I got a text message saying that it crossed. Now we're going to look at the types of alerts you can set, because this becomes very valuable when you start knowing which levels you're interested in, so you don't have to sit in front of the chart all day. Okay, so we can do it crosses. So like if price came down or up, I would get an alert. We can do greater than, less than, entering channel, exiting channel, moving up a certain percent, moving down a certain percent, whatever. You can give it an expiration. You can tell it to do that every time. Notify on app, show pop-up, send email, all those things. You can edit the name of the message as well. And another thing, nice. So if I put a line right here, like a regular line, I can right click it and add an alert to that line. So if you're marking up your chart and you wanna kind of track price or something. So let's say I had put price in between these two levels. And let's say after this area, I wanted to know when price breaks it. I could have gotten an alert right here to let me know that price has broken these two levels or whatever. I would just put an alert on the lines. So those are options on this trading platform. This is your rewind bar replay. This is what I mean by back testing. So what you would do is, let's say we go all the way back and boom, we drop it. This takes us all the way back in time, right? So now we're all the way back at April 7th of 2020. So we don't know what's gonna happen. So I can go ahead and I can say, you know, all right, when price gets, and this is just for like, you know, for us to like just see, but let's say I say when price gets up to my zone, I wanna sell, right? So we're gonna go ahead, if you see this little pane right here, this little bar, so this is the speed. I can make it go slow, I can make it go fast, all the other stuff, and we just hit play and we see what happens, right? So price didn't quite come up to my level. Trying to see if we can let it play out, but it might not come up anytime soon. Okay, so it hasn't come up to my level because my level's right here. Let's see if we can wait. All right, yeah, so it came up to my level and it broke my level. It retested it and then it broke it, retested it, and went on, whatever. And this is not a level I drew for any other reason but to have it up there. But basically, that is how you would back test. So instead of you sitting here and waiting for trades to play out, this will help you make sure that you start practicing your levels, your zones, if you trade with indicators, this will help you test your strategy. So if you see something on YouTube or something I say or someone else says and you like it and you're like, hey, I want to try that, just come to TradingView and use the bar replay function up here so that you can just test it out yourself, right? And it helps you be unbiased. So like you won't just be on a chart saying, oh yeah, I would have taken this trade. No, did you take it in theory or not? Like, you know, you just hit the bar replay and let it play out. So I would have lost this trade if this was my real zone. I can't say nothing about that, right? Like you don't know what's gonna happen. So that kind of gives you an experience of actually testing out your strategy basically. So I do like that function a lot. I use it a lot. This is your undo button right here. So it undoes me removing the rectangle. Here we have the chart layouts. So auto save is on, meaning it's gonna save ever so often. You rename your chart, you can make a copy, low chart, new chart, whatever. So I like to do this. So like I have one chart. Okay, so I have like these, don't ignore these, but this is my markups. So this is gonna be the charts that I do my active markups. I don't wanna touch them, I don't wanna mess them up, right? It has the same pairs as this one too, but this one is just for back testing. So I don't have to mess up my two charts, right? Or my two groups of charts, I guess you could say. And you can just name it something else if you want to. Chart properties, this is what you can do to change what the chart looks like. So I have a black and blue template right here. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Boom, it changed my colors. This is what I normally like, is black and blue. And then right here you have a camera which will screenshot so you can send it as a link or you can save image, and it's going to give you a pop-up and you can save it. So if you want to save a chart for your records or to show somebody or whatever, you know, you can save it like that, or you can save it as a link. And then you have publish, and what that'll do is that'll put it on your TradingView profile, right? So it's kind of like a feed that you would have. It will put it on your profile where other people can see it, and stuff like that. To the right, you basically you can have different charts. So red list would be all the ones with the red tag on it. Green list, same thing, whatever. So you can organize your pairs, basically. You can add tags, remove tags, whatever. So if I'm really interested in something, I might put a red tag on it for the day or whatever. And you just click on it and it's gonna take you to that chart. So you would just, so how you would do this is you would, the plus right here, add symbol, you would add it to your watch list. So if I'm interested in BTC USD, now it's down here. So I can easily just click on it. And when I put something on this chart, it's gonna stay even when I leave, right? So it's there. And so on the side, you have like your alert panel right here. You have news, which is gonna kind of just give you like the news releases, you know, so news updates. I don't really use that function at all. I don't use this at all. Calendar. This will help you kind of with economic news that may affect how like volatile prices, but I just go to forexfactory.com. So I don't use this either. My idea is I don't use that. I don't use any of these things. Really. The only thing I use is the watch list, and I use the things that I've shown you up here. Now on the right, this is going to be where price is currently. So what the number is for the number is for price currently. This is not always what you're gonna have on MT4. So if you're familiar with the MT4 app or software and you use that to enter your trades, this isn't always gonna be the same because different brokers may have different numbers. So your broker is who is gonna execute your trades for you. So your broker is who you upload your money to their website or their platform, and they're gonna make sure your trades are executed, right? So their numbers may be slightly different. So my broker has different numbers for US 30. So you just want to be wary of that. Like you want to just check and make sure that the numbers are the same before you enter a trade. And I can kind of drag this down to scrunch it up and drag it back up to expand it. Same thing with this panel down here, this axis right here. This is going to be your day, time, whatever. So this is a 4-hour chart. So we have December days and, you know, all the way back to November over there and stuff like that, or earlier December. But if I would go to like a 5-minute chart, then you see this is all the same day. Well, not really, but we're coming back from the weekend, but basically it would be the same day pretty much. So yeah, and let's exit this. So we're exiting bar replay. So this resets your chart, so it takes it back to the current price. So now we're back to December 20th. We're no longer in April. Zoom out, zoom in. All right, if you come over here to the left, this zoom in, what you can do is you can make a square and it'll zoom in even further. So if there's a specific candle or group of candles you want to look at, you can do it like that. Yeah. And so to the left is kind of just going to be your tools that you draw with and mark up your chart and analyze and stuff. So right here, we're going to have like your trend line, which is going to be like, you know, okay, we're bullish. So my trend line, 1 point, 2 point, whatever. Another one to confirm it if you want. So you have a trend line. I don't use this horizontal line. I use that. You see the stars next to it. Horizontal ray, I use that a little bit. Vertical line, you know, I don't really use that too much. But as you see, this line is really thin. So right here, I can change the color. I can change the thickness. I can change it to a dotted line instead of having a regular line, whatever. And what you can also do is if you click on the line, you can label it. So show text, and it'll label it. And I want it to be in the middle, right, vertical. Let's put it in bold. Cool. All right, so now we got a labeled line. So you can do this with anything so that you know what's on your chart. And let's say I put this line on my chart and I don't want it at this level. Instead of dragging it, if I want to be very precise, I can just enter the coordinates. So let's say we want it at 2,500. Boom, it takes it to 2,500 right on the number. And the cross line is just going to be your crosshairs where you can kind of just zoom in on a candle and it'll tell you the date and the time as well as the price. Arrow, if you're showing somebody something. So like if you want to publish one of your charts or screenshot it and you want to be able to highlight certain things, you can use that arrow feature. And again, if you favorite these, then it'll show up right here, right? So this is easy access. This is your favorites. So if you save it and favorite, it'll come up there. I don't really use anything else, honestly, on this. This is more strategy based. So like if you have a certain strategy that is highly, I guess, technical, kind of more so statistical based or numbers based, maybe geometry based or something like that. Not geometry, trig based, trigonometry. Some traders use a lot of triangles and stuff like that. You may use more technical like tools. I don't use anything but fib retracement. And in my free forex guide, there's a video with a guy explaining how to use that. I don't use the fib extension. That's just not me. But the most popular one out of this will probably be fib retracement that most people will use. So let's see. All right, so that's going to be your fib retracement. And depending on how you use it, you may say, so you draw it from here to here since it's going up. And you may say, when it comes to the 70.5 or something, I'm going to enter a trade. So when it came down here, you would have entered. And your TP might have been TP1 at 38, TP2 at 0, stop loss down here at 100, and boom, right? So that's just kind of to measure movements, measure retracements, fib retracements. It'll measure retracements basically. And that's pretty much all for this one. This little one is gonna be like pretty much the only one I use out of here is my rectangle. I don't really use ellipses and stuff like that, but that's your rectangles, highlight areas. Again, you click on it, you can change the color and stuff like that. So let's say I change the color to all red and I want it to stay like that. I can right click it and create a template, right? And you see on my right, I have templates already. So if I click my 4-hour zone, it's the template and it has 4-hour zone labeled. You can also clone it, copy it, lock it so it doesn't move, as well as hide it. So if you don't want to clear your entire chart, but you want to hide some things, you can just hide it by clicking on it, and you have this option. And you have text, which is just going to be like, again, if you wanted to explain something, you have many ways to explain it. You have balloons, you have regular text boxes. So like if I wanted to do a balloon, you know, just explaining something, I move it around or something, whatever. Text box, same thing. Just want to explain something, you got that right here. You can drag it, move it around. And that's pretty much all your text features right here with the T. Here, you're gonna have, again, some people use chart patterns like head and shoulders. I don't really know a lot of people that use a lot of these. But if you were part of IML, some people use this, I think, for harmonic scanners and harmonic patterns. I don't use any of this, but this is more strategy specific, right? So, and here, so this one is important, I feel like. So long position. So let's say I say, once this trade breaks out the next time, I want to enter for a buy. I would hit long position right over here, long position. And whatever level you see the crosshairs, whatever price level I want to enter at, I'm going to click it. So I want to enter at this level right here. As soon as price pops out, it's not really trying to, okay. Okay, and so now you have the red and the green. Your red is your stop loss. So if I say I want to put my stop loss under this low right here, right, under this short-term low, I drag that up. Now let's say I know that price is going to come all the way up here for some reason. My TP is now up here, right? I don't look at the amount because those are settings and they never seem to work for me. So what it'll do is it's supposed to tell you how much you make if you would have took this trade. If I would go to my settings, I can change the account size, the risk, the entry price, whatever. It doesn't work for me. I don't use it. I don't know why. But basically the more important feature for this, in my opinion, is going to be your risk to reward. So the better your risk to reward is, the more losses you can take without basically losing a whole bunch of money if you use risk management. So like if I have $1,000 account and my first trade, I risk $600, yeah, my account gonna look crazy because what if I lose my first trade, right? But let's say my first trade, I only risk $50 and I lose it, okay? My second trade, I risk $50, I lose it, right? Let's say my third trade, I lose that too. Well, my fourth trade, I have a 1 to 4 risk to reward, right? So I risk $50, now I'm up $200. So you can make back your losses faster if you have a better risk to reward. That comes with skill, I would say, kind of. The better you get, the more sniper, quote unquote, entries you can get. But what that allows you to do is it allows you to handle more losses. If you don't have a good, as high of a risk to reward or something, then you just be more selective about your trades, and stuff like that. And, you know, you conservatively risk less or whatever. When you have a really good risk to reward, you can typically flip accounts faster just because you're not risking as much as your reward is. So a 1 to 4, again, if I was risking $100, my reward would be $400 because that's a 1 to 4 risk to reward. So this right here will let you know, is this trade worth it, right? If this was a trade where it said my risk to reward was anything less than 1, I wouldn't take it at all, even if it's a scalp. Like, even if I'm trying to get in and out, I'm not going to take it. That's not worth it to me, right? So 0.89, that's not good enough. I want to see more so something like a 1 to 2 or better before I enter a trade. So that lets me know, like, I do have room to enter this trade or I don't. And you can do the same with your short position. So if I said I wanted to sell when price gets, let's say I want to sell when price gets right here, right? This is my TP, my take profit, where I think price is going to go. And this is going to be my stop loss, where I think this is the max risk I want to take, right? Okay. If you want to know, let's say I want to know how much time did it take to get from here to here, and how many pips was that? You go over here to the left, click the ruler, the point that I want to start at, just click. Don't touch it, just drag it. Like, you don't even got to hold it, just drag it with your mouse a little bit, and then boom. It tells me that it takes me 28 bars, 4 days, 16 hours, and that's going to be 3,700 pips. Or not pips, this is Bitcoin. 3,700 points on Bitcoin. But yeah, so that's one of the most important features, that and backplay or bar replay. Because now I can go here and say, boom, like I can go here and say, boom, I want to enter for a long position right here. Stop loss, let's say I want to put my stop loss right here, TP right here. Let's see how this trade plays out. And we see, boom, I lost a trade, right? So this will help you check yourself without being able to be biased and say, oh yeah, I would have taken that trade. I can't say I would have won the trade because you see I didn't win it. Those are most of the features on here. If you want to hide everything on your chart, if you look to the left, you can just click the eye and it hides it, shows it, hides it, whatever you want to do. You can lock everything on the chart. So I can't move this now, right? Or I can unlock it. And then I can throw it all away with the trash sign. Boom, threw it all away. If I need to undo it, go up to the top, undo everything. And that's basically how you use TradingView. Oh yeah, down here to the right, lower right is your time. So you can change your time zone by simply clicking on it. So I'm in New York time zone, even though I'm in Texas right now, just because the markets are usually on Eastern time. It's easier for me to remember Eastern time for the market hours since I'm from the East Coast. But you can change your time zone. And down here, like, I don't really use this either, but down here, you can like put notes or something. So like if you decided you just want to put all your trading notes on TradingView or something, you can do that as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They have more features, of course. Like, I just don't use them all, and I don't know a lot of people that do. So, oh, and then upper right-hand corner, I can do multiple charts at once. Now, I think you're limited to 2 charts if you're on a free plan. I pay I think like $30 for like the pro. And this just allows me to look at multiple time frames. So on this time frame, this chart, I can be looking at 4 hours. This chart, I can be looking at 1 hour. This chart, I can be looking at 30 minutes. And this chart, I can be looking at a whole nother pair, USD check. So like I can be doing a lot of things with this at one time. But that's pretty much how you use TradingView. If you go to the website without being at the charts, you would simply come to this, you would see this as the main website. And then you would just go to chart right here, and it'll show you your charts that are saved. And you just click on whatever one you want to go to. TradingView has other things. Like I said, brokers, if you wanted to trade on TradingView, these brokers will allow you to enter trades. I don't do that. You can look into that. I think probably YouTube or something will help you connect the dots for that. But mainly, I just use the chart and to publish my ideas and stuff like that. That is mostly it for that. Let me look at the chat. I don't know if people have been asking questions or not. Oh, okay. Nobody. Okay, we're good. Does anybody have questions about TradingView? I think y'all can unmute yourselves if y'all. I think I did it. Yeah. That's how you use TradingView. If I'm gonna see if I can show you guys. Well, hold on. Let me see if I can. Do you guys know how to use MT4, the app? Does anybody not know how to use MT4, the app, which you execute trades on? The last recording, I actually fumbled. I'm so sorry. So I was on for some reason, my plan didn't renew, so it was like 40-minute limit, and so it disconnected, and I wasn't able to get that recording out. But this one is recorded. This one's being recorded now.
I have a question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hey, can you go over like the pending orders? I mean, I get the difference between the two, but do you have a way that you can explain better as to like, say if I was putting in like a buy stop and it doesn't allow me to actually place the the actual order?
So TradingView will not let you place it. Not TradingView, but MT4 won't let you place it. It'll give you some type of red notification.
No, not a red notification. Like, you know how the button will turn blue? It'll just stay gray. Like, I literally can't click it, if you get what I'm saying.
Let me get my phone real quick.
Like, it's just, it's something that I'm doing as far as I think the numbers that I'm putting in that won't allow the order to actually go through, if that makes sense.
1 second. I got to get on my phone to record that, but wait 1 second. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm asking when you try to place an order. Like, I know it's me, but I just need someone to tell me what it is that I'm doing wrong.
your orders, your numbers are probably not in the right place when you place your order. That's why it's gray.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. Let me see.
Or it could be where your numbers is, it's already in profit or prices around the same area. So you can't place that pending order there.
Okay. All right.
If that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. Wow.
Because if it's in between your bid or ask price, you can't place that order already. You have to wait until it's out of range.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. Thank you so much.
Oh, I was muted the whole time. I'm sorry. You know the difference between like buy limit and buy stop, right, Jalen?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, just makes it, because I know sometimes, even if I know he explained it to you just now, but sometimes my numbers are, I mix up like my stop loss and take profit, and that'll not allow me to enter, of course. But yeah, just making sure that, because you're gonna have a spread, so sometimes if you're really that close, you might not be able to enter, or if your if price is moving real fast, sometimes your stop loss doesn't make sense for what you're trying to do, because
Right.
price has already moved somewhere else, if that makes
Gotcha.
sense.
It does. It does. It does.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any more questions? Did it, like, are you guys understood TradingView, right? Like, I didn't miss anything. Okay, well, that was pretty much it for today. It was just going over TradingView and back testing. You guys, I hope you guys understand what I meant by back testing. That's going to actually really put you a lot further, a lot faster. A lot of people don't see the benefit in back testing, but back testing allowed me to get very good in a shorter amount of time, months actually. So back testing will help a lot. You just go over. So like, even if you see someone post someone that you like, or someone that you follow that trades or something, post a chart, you can just, you know, do your own chart markup, and then look at that and see, was it similar to theirs, or what did they see that they didn't see, or maybe you saw something they didn't see. But back testing, again, it'll just allow you to go, because it's like you can go through 5 months worth of time in, you know, a month or a week, or however fast you can get through it. But it just helps you get those reps in, so your mind can get more trained on what you're looking at. And, oh, if I see this, this is what usually happens. If I see this, this is what usually happens. And it just speed up your journey. A lot of people find it hard to learn because they don't understand the practice part of it. Like, there's a lot. You actually getting on a chart and trading that day is a very small amount of the time that is part of your trading journey. Most of it is going to be you studying, and you back testing. And I guarantee you, like, the more you understand, the funner, quote unquote, it'll be, just because you start seeing yourself grow and you'll understand what's going on, and you'll be like, damn, like, I called this trade, I knew this trade was going to hit, or, you know, all right, I lost this trade, whatever, like, news took me out this trade. I've had that happen to me. I've had one spike take me out of thousands of dollars, no kidding. 5 pips and price went and left my ass right after it took me out the trade. So it happens, but back testing will really help. How long did you back test before you start trading? My dumb ass started trading. So I was with the trading group that most of you guys know. When I first started off, I stayed with about a month. I didn't feel like I learned anything. I didn't feel like it was worth it. However, I started with that group when it was very new. So I know people that are in it right now, and they feel like that it's beneficial and they have better things out there than when I was in it. So I don't talk bad on it. My experience just wasn't good. But I started off trading right away, lost a good amount of money actually. And then I started learning to back test when I found who I learned from, which is the Forex Scalper on Instagram. I think, yeah, on Instagram. And I learned from him. He has YouTube videos too. I think one of his YouTube videos I linked in my Forex guide, but he kind of drove home the importance for you to back test. So actually I can show you guys one of his back testing things right here, because he did a really good job of like just showing it real quick. Let me see. So there's softwares you can actually use for back testing. And he used a software called forexsimulator.com, and it kind of just goes a step beyond what TradingView will do. So it'll allow you to actually have an account balance, and it'll pretty much it's actually like you're trading. So it'll show you like your balance is going up, balance is going down, all those things. Let me see. So I don't know if I could share my screen. Okay. But yeah, this is the course that I went through. What is it? Okay. So, I'm trying to find his backtested video because it'll kind of show you what I'm not really explaining maybe very well, which is just, I know it's up here. How to enter a contribution. Compliance.
I think it's at the top. You just passed it.
It's at the top?
Yeah. It said retest.
Retest. Nah.
I enter on the retest?
Nah, backtest. Education video. Yeah, I don't think it's up here anymore. What I'm looking for specifically, it was a video that showed him actually webinars. I'm in the wrong area, that's why. Here, it showed him and one of his students actually going and back testing. So it kind of just, executing entries. I guess we can do, so okay, so this is the software.
Me and her together. Okay.
So you see he's drawing his level.
No, I'm not sure why.
So I think they just
we want to trade the edges of delay. Okay, that is the ID as supply and demand trader. Okay, so we will not trade only simple SNR levels. No. Pretty interesting right here, but yeah, a little bit too late. Yeah. Was valid.
Oh, let me see him.
To wait for price to push deeper, more than. Okay, from the top we have identified.
Okay, so that is a trade he entered.
Yeah, put it there and put reward.
Okay. So he sees the level he likes.
1 hour time frame.
Yes. And he's gonna frame the trade to enter it.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Let's look 1 hour. It breaks. But it could be a fake out. It could be a fake out indeed. Let's see if the price turns back under the range. Price turns back under the range. Price push up again. And now it becomes really interesting. I think we can take a sell here. I would definitely take a short right here if this is going to close like this. So short the shit out of it. Stops above the wicks. I'm not sure how many pips it is. Maybe a little bit big because it's a big stop.
So you see it's showing you how much you would lose?
Yeah, put it there and put the profit target a little bit lower so that your risk reward is on point.
And how much you would make?
Something like here, I think. Yeah, because you have the indecision candles right there, right? Yes. This can be a little zoom on the 1 hour. Yes? Yes, try it out. Okay. Let's see. Let's do this. Boom. And TP1. Okay.
Okay. So, and if you see to the bottom left, the balance went up, and stuff like that. So this is what backtesting looks like with a software, where you go through time and you actually grow an account or you blow an account, right? But you actually can see in real time. Like if you probably won't see, okay, but over here to the, where my mouse is, to the right lower hand corner, right? Lower hand corner, whatever, you see like the profit was -$4.40. So it'll give you, as time, it'll show you like price going up or down, because when you're trading for real, like you're gonna see them numbers fluctuate, and it can get scary sometimes especially if you over leverage and you risk too much, or if you're just not familiar with looking at that, right? So for me, I had to actually start just doing pendant orders, and it'll either hit stop loss or TP. But when I was first started watching, you kind of got to get used to seeing price be negative, right? And not losing your shit, or it being in profit and knowing, nah, I still got half of my trade still, like it's still far from TP, like let me hold it longer and not get scared or whatever. So this kind of helps you with that part of trading. And this is a software, forexsimulator.com. It's about $50 a month, but you would need a Windows computer, or you would have to use Boot Camp for Mac. But that's what that looks like. Yeah, but that's pretty much what I did. I backtested with that software a little bit. I would say that TradingView is pretty much good enough. I think if you don't pay for TradingView, you can still use the bar replay backtesting function, but you can't go to, I don't know if you can go lower than a daily or lower than a 4-hour time frame. So you're limited. I would say just go ahead and pay for it. I think the the $15 a month will get you where you need to be. And yeah, that's pretty much the idea about all of this. Does anybody have any questions before we just head off? I know it's late on a Sunday night. If you guys DM me and tell me like what you maybe want to see again or go over next time, the next one won't be until next year just because of the holidays coming up. If I do another one, I'll make sure to like send it out to the email, but I don't think I will. You guys have the Forex guide, and I did make that intentionally. So like everything step-by-step videos, I've watched those videos myself. I've used those videos. I learned from those videos. I applied them and stuff like that. Or I know that certain YouTuber and I like them and I've used some of their stuff before. So that guide, like over the break or whatever, I would say really just take your time and just watch the videos. If you don't get it the first time around, it's okay. You're not going to. I watch videos time and time again. I've had to read books again and stuff like that. But again, I like to keep saying like it's well worth it. You went to school for 4 years, or you might not have, even if you went to high school, you went to school for an extended period of time. You may or may not put money out for it, but you expected some sort of starting salary or income after. Like with this, that's very possible as well. Certain people just don't take it that serious. I think it's important to take it that serious. Even if you don't want to be a full-time trader, this will help you invest in the stock market. This will help you invest in crypto. As you've seen, Bitcoin. I used to trade Bitcoin, and I did a crypto chart markup a couple weeks ago. So all that stuff, it helps you even with long-term investments. 401ks, they trade your money in the stock market with those. You might as well trade your own money. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I really encourage you guys to look at the free guide just because I put a good amount of time into it. And I really think, for me, I know a lot of people was trying to sell me stuff when I first started. And I felt like I knew that stuff was out there for free, but it's kind of hard to know where to start and what you need to know. So literally that course that you just saw me go through, pretty much the whole like stuff was in certain orders. You have chapter 1, chapter 2, whatever. You need to know this before this before this. That's exactly how the guide is. So it will help you, and you'll see it over time. But if you guys don't have any more questions, then that's pretty much the end of this. No problem. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hopping on. I really appreciate that. Again, DM me if you have any questions. DM me if you need an extra video resource. If you're not understanding something, I'll be happy to send you a YouTube video that I know will explain it and get you there if you just hit me up. And if you have any suggestions for the next Zoom call, just let me know as well, because this one was off of a suggestion from somebody else. I forgot their name, but thank you for the suggestion. And you guys have a great night. Happy holidays.
Thank you.